guys, thank you for clicking on this video. This is Joe and I's first ever weekly vlog. Now the footage was filmed a couple of weeks ago. This was before we went to the lakes, if you watched that last video. But it was our birthday week, so we got up to quite a lot of fun stuff. And I filmed kind of snippets and clips of what we got up to. What I didn't do was film many kind of clips of me talking or explaining things. So please just bear with me. It's something that I've learned, and the next weekly vlog I will make sure that I do a bit more of the explaining, because otherwise one day sort of just leads into the next and you don't really know. There's no separation between days. Being brand new to YouTube, that's something that I've learned. But yeah, there's a lot coming up in this vlog. We've done, like I say, quite a few fun things. We're going to jump to Monday morning. The first thing I did that week was have a consultation with a clinic based in Birmingham. It's called Signature Clinics. I know they have a couple around the country, but my consultation was with the Birmingham one, as I am West Midlands based. But it's basically for buccal fat removal. I don't know if you'll know what that is, but essentially it's the fat pad that sits here on the bottom of your face. Now it's resistant to like exercise and food. It's quite a stubborn pocket of fat, and it's something that I've struggled with and not kind of liked about myself since I kind of can remember. So I've had my first ever consultation, and I just need to make a decision on whether I want to go ahead with it. So we're going to jump to that. That's our first thing. That's how we're starting the vlog. It's a bit deep, but it's true. It's what I did first thing on Monday morning. And then we've got some other fun things going on this week. So enjoy, and please bear with me. Hopefully these get a lot better going forwards. Okay, so this is me first thing on Monday morning, straight into my consultation with Signature Clinics. He's kind of got me straight off the bat, sort of touching my face, making sure I understand where buccal fat removal sits in the face, and that it's kind of near that dimple area, and that it's not going to be a removal of the entire fat that sits in your lower face. It is just that kind of dimple area. So really setting expectations with me. And yeah, this is a bit weird for me to watch, but I guess this was me and my consultation. So my initial thoughts straight after the consultation, it was a really quick consultation. It took about 10 minutes. It was over Zoom. I just joined in the waiting room, and then when the doctor was ready, he kind of called me in. So he started the consultation by showing me where buccal fat sits on the face, asking me what I know about that area, and kind of explaining that it's like the dimple, where your dimples sit on your face. So that was really quite good. I felt kind of really reassured that he was explaining to me kind of where buccal fat is, what it is and what it isn't, and the difference between buccal fat and facial fat. And like I say, kind of setting those expectations for me. So that was quite reassuring. He asked me if I've got any questions, and he took a bit of a medical record and asked me some key questions. He did ask me about filler and Botox, to which I've never had Botox. I have had filler, but many years ago now, but I did give him an overview of where I've had that on my face. But yeah, feeling kind of like everything was simple and a bit straightforward and very quite easy. We'll get that treatment plan in the next couple of hours, and I guess I'll take you through it and we'll see what we get. But yeah, seemed quite simple. So this was the treatment plan that I received not long after. It's not very detailed, this email, just telling me the cost, how long the treatment will take, and the consultant's availability. Now I need to decide if I want to do it, and call them up if I do. So we've just sat down at the theatre, and on our seats we've got green card and yellow card. We don't know what it means just yet, and sorry if that's a spoiler. I don't think it will be, because it's as soon as you can. So yeah, we're 7 rows from the front, and pretty central, and I'm a bit of a Derren Brown fan, and so I've been quite a few times, and this is Joe's first time, but I'm not dragging him along. He actually wants to be here, so yeah, we'll check in at the interval and we'll let you know what we're thinking so far. So we bought a copy of the programme, which is more like a book this year. We'll show you. Whoa. So that's the kind of logo for this tour. So far, so good.
Yeah, very good.
So good. I don't want to give anything away, but it's just, it's slightly different to his other shows in that it's very interactive. Like if you're coming, be prepared to like
go on stage.
So as I'm sat on the sofa just editing this vlog, I realised I never quite like debriefed on Derren Brown. Like I am a bit of a Derren Brown fan, and if you know me personally, you will know that. But if not, I have quite actually there. I met Derren Brown a few years ago, and this is him signing his kind of programme there. I say quite a few years ago. That was my 13th birthday. That was quite a big deal. Like I went backstage, got half an hour with him backstage. It was fully awesome. I have met him since actually. If you know him, then you'll know his show, Showman, and I met him after Showman as well on open night, so that was cool. Had him sign something for me there. But yeah, so it was a fantastic show. I think it had been out like maybe 3 weeks, so there was some teething issues, but I kind of love that. I like seeing it in its like infancy stage. I'm known to like, I say known, I have in the past gone to like opening night and then closing night and a couple in between because I like to see the progression. But it was fantastic. I was blown away. Standing ovation at the end as always. He's still touring. I think he is sold out, but he will likely do a second leg if any of you are interested. But yeah, it was a really, really good night. It always is. It's always such a fun date night idea. And with it being our birthdays and kind of me being a massive fan, it was of course lovely for him to come and visit us in the West Midlands for my birthday. That was my birthday present from Derren. Thanks, Derren.
So I've just dropped Leah off to get her hair done. There's not much parking around, so I've had to park quite far away. That's why it was easier for me to just drop her off. So I'm just going to wait in the car. To be honest, I'm just sitting here. I've took my shoes off, chilling, watching a film. I'll show you guys. Here an hour, half of a film I can watch, so just gonna wait here for a bit. I might go and get some food, but yeah, I'll just wait for her to get back. Hopefully she's happy with the hair.
So for context for this next clip, I left the hair salon. I was heading to the car to meet Joe, and I bumped into my brother, who was on a bit of a night out. I think he'd had a drink or two, and he was telling me that I am very robotic in my videos and boring. Thanks, Tom. And I said, well, you have a go then. And I flipped the camera around and he was like, oh. So I thought I'd add in because it's quite funny. It's not as easy as it seems.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
Come on.
Basically, I'm out on a night out in Shrewsbury, and I can't do it.
So we made it to the Black Country Living Museum, which is in the West Midlands, in a place called Dudley, and we'll just show you a little bit around.
Carrying about 30 tons of coal, metal and limestone.
We're just taking a little pit stop at the pub here at Black Country Museum. We just had gin and some ciders, and we're with Emma and Dan. And now we're on to the Saturday of that week, which was my actual birthday. and Joe had planned a lovely brunch in the morning, which I forgot to film. And then we went to an escape room, just Joe and I, and then we also went to Cadbury World, which is kind of in Bourneville near Birmingham. So we had a nice drive over there. It was Easter weekend, so a few kind of hidden Easter eggs and that type of thing. It was quite cool. So yeah, it was a really fun day. Thank you, Joe, for organising all of that. I didn't know what was happening at all. I just know that he was gonna kind of handle the day for me. And when I say birthday weekend, it's because it's Joe's birthday also on the Sunday. Now, I didn't film any of that just because we went over to his mum and dad's, and all of his family was there, and we just sort of had a big family day together. And then we went to the lakes on Monday morning. So
they look something just like this. Not only were they heavy, but they were quite light. So you can imagine it about.
So that's the end of our first ever weekly vlog. It's been really fun to edit, actually, like a few weeks after, just to remind ourselves of like everything we actually got up to. We obviously, like, that isn't a normal week for us. That was our birthday week. We normally don't do any of that. So I'm sorry if the weekly vlogs after this one are a bit more mundane. So thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.